Hello, buddy. Welcome back to Tin Man Score Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor. Today, I'm reacting to 3 more scary story channels for y'all. And the first one I'll be reacting to is Nightmare Files. And the video that I'll be watching is 4 Disturbing True New Year's Horror Stories. So without further ado, I'm going to turn these lights off, move the camera up here for you guys, and let's get this reaction on the road and in the bag, shall we? Oh, good, okay, here we go. Nightmare Files.
When I was 19 years old in 1985 on New Year's Eve, a bunch of my friends and I went to a rooftop bar of a hotel.
Okay.
About a half hour before midnight, I ran down to my car because I had forgotten my camera. I figured I would have plenty of time to get back up there and find my friends.
Oh, for sure, because you would think you grab your camera, get back upstairs, and then enjoy seeing the fireworks go off and the ball drop. But you never know, someone or something might delay you. Let's just see what happens to this person, shall we?
I grabbed my camera and I got into an elevator all by myself. About halfway up, the elevator started shaking and it stopped completely. I was trapped. I have always had a problem with confined spaces, so this was not an ideal situation for me.
Oh, of course. I'll be scared too if the elevator stopped. I'll be hitting that panic button to let people know that there's someone in the elevator.
After a few minutes, everything went silent that was going on outside. Then out of nowhere, the elevator lights went up, and I started to hear children laughing. But this was not the type of place where children would be. My heart started beating faster and faster and harder. Then all of a sudden, I passed out. As I woke up, I noticed that I could not move or talk. I thought to myself, not sleep paralysis again.
Nah, I don't think that's sleep paralysis. Something paranormal is holding you down. But that would be creepy just to hear children laughing when that place is not meant for kids to hang around at. Very spooky.
Then the light started to flicker on and off, and then all of a sudden, I see a black figure to the left of me, in the corner of the elevator, crouching down, smiling at me. I tried to scream, but nothing would come out. I tried to move, but I couldn't. A guy came over the loudspeaker and told me there was an electrical short, and that he would have me out soon. There's a camera in the elevator, so to the security guard it looked like I was just laying there. I guess they figured I was drunk, being that it's New Year's. Anyways, every attempt to scream or move, that figure would just start laughing at me and pointing. This whole time the lights were flickering. Then all of a sudden, I can hear the huge crowds counting down for New Year's. 10. The dark figure is staring at me, and now with a menacing smile, with 10 fingers up.
Oh, dadgummit. This ghostly specter really wants it for you to hear the countdown in the elevator with it and not enjoy it with your friends. Oh, I'll be really mad at this point. And hopefully the elevator guy can figure out the short issue and get that thing running again just so you can get out of there.
9. He's still looking at me with 9 fingers up, and he's moving closer. 8. He was still looking at me with 8 fingers up, and he's closer. 7. The same thing. 6. The same thing. 5. The same thing. 4. He's drooling, and he's much closer. 3. He's closer. 2. He was closer. Then the lights quit flickering, and it was pitch black. Then all of a sudden, outside went silent again. I felt breathing in my right ear. And then out of nowhere, I hear 1. I couldn't breathe. The light started to flicker again, and then a figure was on my chest. And all of a sudden, it was gone. And I can talk and move again. Usually when I have sleep paralysis, something bad happens. Once I got out of the elevator an hour later, I found out that there was a brawl during the countdown on the rooftop bar that I was at. and 4 people were killed by some maniac who was waiting until the end of the countdown to start hacking up people with a machete. Ever since then, I have not had a sleep paralysis episode.
That's weird. That entity probably just helped you get rid of your sleep paralysis. So you better be glad you weren't up there before that brawl started to happen. I cannot believe somebody actually brought a machete up there to the party. That tells you right there some people can do crazy things on New Year's. I'm just sorry that he had to hear that once he got out of the elevator, but I'm glad he's okay. So let's get to story number 2.
This whole event happened New Year's Eve when I was 9 years old. My parents went out for the night, and they left me with my 2 older brothers and a couple of my friends.
Right.
My oldest brother was probably 17 or 18 at the time. My elder brother had to be about 11, almost 12. So altogether, it was my 2 brothers, 2 of my oldest brother's friends, and myself. It was around 11:30 at night. I had been playing in my room, and out of nowhere, I heard a lot of banging and yelling. This freaked me out, and I wasn't sure what to do. So I, of course, left my room to investigate. There were 2 men in my living room yelling and flipping out.
Don't tell me that they're in the house by themselves seeing 2 guys probably robbing you guys, but then they're flipping out because there ain't nothing there for them to take that was valuable, and they're mad about it. You better make sure they don't see you.
I quickly went back up to my room and shut off all the lights and hid under a bunch of toys in my closet.
That's smart.
After about 5 minutes of hiding, someone came into my room. I had a sheet over my closet at the time, so I could kind of see out of it. It was one of the men. He took a quick look around and he left out. After he left out, he locked my brother inside my parents' room. There was a lot of yelling still coming from the other men in the living room. I couldn't really hear anything that was being said, though. After a while, I got up and walked down the hallway a bit to see what was going on. My brother and the man were fighting on the floor. At this point, I took this opportunity to get my other brother out of my parents' room. My brother got to the phone and called the cops. Meanwhile, my brother's friend was fighting with the other man on the floor in the kitchen. About 10 minutes later, the cops showed up. They arrested both of the men. Now you probably want to know why they broke in.
Yeah.
Both of these men were drug dealers. My brother's friend had gotten mixed up in it. He owed them a lot of money and couldn't pay it.
Oh, you crazy son of a gun, you. You almost endangered your friend's brother's lives because you did not pay back these drug dealers, and you should not even get mixed in with these folks because they'll literally delete you if you don't pay up. I'm sorry, but I don't know if I would be friends with him anymore. But I'm just glad that the police showed up just before this person's brother and his friend got beaten to death.
They somehow found out that he was at my house that night and decided to come after him. I have no idea why they chose at that time, but they did. Luckily, at that time, no one was hurt badly. But we still made it through the New Year's.
Which is still good, even though that won't the New Year's you want to remember. But I know if your parents heard about that, they wouldn't have that boy over at their house ever again to hang out with you guys, since he's involved with drug people.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving a shortcut from 29 Palms, California, to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
29 Palms is located in the desolate high desert east of LA. The shortcut was a 2-lane road through total nothingness, except for passing through Amboy, California. Amboy is a nearly abandoned town nearly as far below sea level as Death Valley. So I was driving by myself close to midnight, and I proceeded to drive up into the mountain range between Amboy and I-40. Once I reached the top, I am driving north through a canyon with high grass on both sides of the road. Up ahead, I see some stuff in the middle of the road. As I approach, I slow down and I see a red Firebird stop sideways across both lanes. A suitcase open with clothes scattered everywhere. and two bodies laying face down in the road, a man and a woman. I stop 100 feet or so away, and the hair on the back of my neck is standing up.
Oh, believe me, mine would be standing up too if I saw a man and a woman just lying there with their stuff on the road. I'd be wondering, did they get pulled over by some criminals, got deleted, and they got pulled out of the car and was just thrown right there on the road and they took the car? Or this might be a set trap for someone to stop and then they get up and some other people come out of nowhere to ambush you. I guarantee you that's probably the case right here, but I don't know. Let's just continue and find out.
Being an Army paratrooper, I reach under the seat and I pull out a 9mm pistol and I chamber around. Something seemed very wrong.
You got
and
that
it
right.
looked too perfect, as if it were staged. Maybe an ambush. Something was just wrong. As I scan the road, I see where I can drive. I pass the guy in the road on his left, swerve to the right side of the woman, behind the Firebird, and I'd be on the other side. I dropped it into first gear and punched it and drove that line that I planned to drive. I passed the back of the Firebird without hitting it or either of the bodies on the road. I continued forward a couple 100 feet, and I slowed down so I could breathe, and I let my heart slow down. As I looked up into the rearview mirror, I saw that the two bodies had gotten up to their knees, and 20 or so people emerged from the high grass.
I knew it. It was an ambush setup. If he gotten out, all these other people that were coming out of the high grass would have attacked him. But thank God he brought a 9mm pistol because he could fire it at one of them or shoot it up in the air to scare him if need be. But since he went around that couple and saw that it was a trap, I would just hit the pedal to the metal to get out of there.
On either side of the road, by the car and the bodies. At that moment, my right foot smashed the gas pedal to the floor, and I did not let up until I had to slow down for the I-40 East on-ramp. I would never know what would have happened to me if I had gotten out of the car to check on the bodies, or stopped my car closer to them. Somehow, I do not think it would have been good. And sometimes, real life can be scarier than a movie. And maybe I wouldn't have made it through the New Year's.
Probably wouldn't. If you said they got 20 people coming out of the high grass, they would all jump you, beat you to where you got a bunch of bruises of blood coming out of you. Probably even delete you, take your money, valuables, and your vehicle and hightail it out of there. But thank God you did the right thing and just swerve around them and hit the gas pedal and got out of there. But after I left a situation like that, I would have been calling the police and telling them which road I'm on, tell them about the situation. But I figure by the time, if he did something like that, those people probably would have packed up and left. But that is one scary situation you do not want to run across.
It was New Year's Eve, and my family and we all went over to my grandfather's mansion. When we got there, it was around 4 p.m. My mom invited her sister over to celebrate with us. As the adults went out to eat, my cousins and my brother and we all decided to play hide and seek. My cousin, who was 2 years older than me, was the seeker. He found 4 of us in around 5 minutes, and only one hider was left, my brother. We searched the whole first floor to find him, but he was nowhere. We knew that he had to be upstairs when all 5 of us saw a figure standing near a door. My cousins and I went upstairs to go get him. When we all heard my brother's voice downstairs, my cousin and I looked at each other. Then we looked at the figure. The figure was gone by now. My cousin and I went down to talk to my brother and asked if he was upstairs. He said no. My 2 cousins, who were girls, went down to call the guards while myself, my brother, and my cousin stood guard at the entrance. When the guards came, we told them to go upstairs. When they did, I saw a person wearing a hoodie and shorts pass by the room on the right. My brother, cousins, and I went to go chase him, or her. He was at the 3rd floor. Now we could hear his footsteps. The third floor had a balcony on top of the entrance to the room.
Man, it sure be nice to go to a mansion for New Year's celebration. And thank God they had guards there just so they could be the first ones to be called into action and stop somebody from robbing the place. But this person's about to get away if they don't stop them.
When the three of us got to the door, I looked up for some reason, and I saw the man looking down at us. My cousin made a run for it downstairs to call the police. My brother and I blocked the only way out. Once the cops arrived, they checked the entire mansion, including the third floor, and they found nothing. To this day, we had no clue what his intentions were.
Well, to be honest with you, that person was probably there to rob any valuables out of that mansion, but they didn't expect to get caught by kids. But thank God they didn't get assaulted by this individual. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications for more Nightmare Files related content like this. This has been another successful installment of the Tin Man Score channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and I said that's a wrap. Have a nice day.